Currently, many companies are reinventing the relationship between the employer and employee. What is Going Orange to do in this regard?
We just started a couple of weeks ago a big program that I call the transformation program, which is about our customers, the cost that we spend to acquire and maintain those customers, and about our culture. Because you clearly see, and that the bigger the organization, the clearer you see that there are differences between generations. Mm-hmm. And this is more and more difficult to find a one-size-fits-all. We are in the beautiful venue of Kitchen, where we are in Orange Systems hiring 400 people, which are mainly young people. And for them to have such a nice venue with possibility to meet, to mix, to come or not to come, to work from home or to work from the offices is very important. While in some other job functions you cannot be such liberal, if I can say. You have to be more, not maybe military style, but much more disciplined in the way you work. And then you have to keep in mind that there are differences. There are, of course, age differences, gender differences, there are job family differences. But at the end of the day, there has to be a common umbrella that makes people proud working in the company. Values that the company is presenting to people, but not only by slides or nice banners on walls, but through everyday activity, like we do this, we never do that. I was still probably 5 years ago quite pragmatic about those things. For me, it was like, but this is maybe a little bit about blah, blah, blah. This is not about blah, 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 for many reasons, because of the competitiveness of the labor market, because of the competitiveness amongst employers, and because sometimes you basically miss resources and you have to attract them to come and work for you. And you always want to have talented people working for you, and you need to answer yourself a question: why do people come to me to work with me? Then why do they stay with me? And why eventually they leave me? Sometimes you will discover things that you would be okay with, because you can be a company that creates a great opportunity for people to develop, but is paying averagely, on average, or you are a company that gives a fantastic opportunity and pay fantastic money, but also demands fantastic targets. There are different cultures, and what we are doing now, it's with the team, we're going to launch this quarter a research on amongst our employees, just to ask them again, okay, what makes you proud working here? What makes you, not happy working here? And I think that it has to be always in a well balance or symbiosis between your revenue, your cost, and your culture. You will. I used to say always, I'm not joking, is that unhappy employees are not providing and not making customers happy. So you need to have happy employees. I mean, satisfied employees, and the best would be to have them being proud. And this is a continuous process. This is not like you do one research, you come with the results saying, ding, 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 and that's over. No, these are projects that you have to think over. You have to implement. It's about your car policy. It's about your phone policy. It's about your salary policy. It's about your perks policy. It's about everything. And then you need to find somehow a balance between what you can afford, what people want, what is needed, what is nice to have. But at the end of the day, values must be there. I mean, like in life,
Yeah, values are very important.
This is always very important. So people must understand that if I am, as an employee, in a stressful or difficult situation, okay, this is how the company is reacting, and this is the policy of company going forward. So I think that having a proper set of proper values, but really walk as we talk, is important. Because I've seen many posters of values of many companies, but then I was not really sure that all the people there
understood
yes,
them.
and I had such an experiment in my life with a large population of employees that we've been doing some research, then some programs, then some feedback sessions, and we said to people like, okay, this is a set of values. There were 10 of them that we are going to follow, and we want everybody in the room to agree for that. If somebody disagrees, is asked to leave the company because we will not accept it. And if this is the moment to leave, and we had people that were not following those rules because they were still rooted to the past, and we were saying to them, okay, you are not following our rules. We give you a 6 months coaching program, to comply because you were a good specialist. But if you don't comply, you leave. How do we check if those people are following those rules? There are feedback sessions, and the feedback culture is very important. Not for everybody. I think younger generation is more open for that than older generation, but I think feedback is very important. Feedback is a gift. Some people want to do those gifts. Others don't want those gifts. But I think that this is one of the biggest challenges probably nowadays, to be able to get talents or to grow talents, to keep them and let them grow with you, and to keep the proper momentum. And you cannot do it only through things that are just tangible. You need to touch those intangible, those very much metaphoric things, which vision actually is. So I'm a big fan of that, and this is one of my, I would say, important points, which is not a project with capital expenditures, but the project which is the investment in the group of people that I work together every day, that are working with me together every day, and I want them to be happy. It's probably too much, but I want them to be proud working for this company. Happy. This is let's leave it for family life, but why not for company? But this is very important for me, and we will be putting a lot of attention to that as Orange.
So in just a few years, Orange Systems and the Orange Moldova IT-hub positioned itself in the top employer in the IT market.
Right.
How do you see the future of Orange
Systems.
IT? Yes.
Well, I think future is bright. This is a very nice, by the way, one of the first commercials of Orange from 90s, which was about per second billing, a beautiful commercial, ding, 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 future is bright, Orange. We are, by the way, in the venue of Orange Systems, and what I've been saying about the young generation, educated generation, and efforts that we are doing in order to attract them and to maintain them with the company. This is probably one of the tangible proofs that we intend to invest, and we see it as a very promising part of the market or sector of the market where this is really worth to be in. Moldova, it was one of the surprises for me because I didn't know.
Yeah.
Nearshoring IT hub for many customers from abroad because of the quality of people, because of the no cultural differences, no cultural gaps between people in I don't know, Belgium or UK and Moldova. It's different when you have some. There was a fashion for having a very far east vendors in IT, but there were problems with language, there were problems with culture, and those people were trying the best, but that was different. So I see that many customers are now, just discovering that it makes a sense much more to concentrate activity within the, let's say, cultural circle, which is closer to yourself.
Of course.
Then
you can deliver much better.
You can deliver because you can communicate with people better. You can feel the empathy is easier. The only point probably which might be a point of concern is that there are not many people in the market that you can hire. I think we can do more projects, but we would have problems with hiring people because, first of all, Moldova is not the biggest country in Europe. Second, Moldova has a lot of people living outside Moldova, And there's a lot of people taking a decision to go to work outside Moldova, and then it's not that easy to find proper people because the market is rather small. So we definitely want to invest in Orange Systems. It's a very interesting sector for us. We are very successful. I was discussing with one of our customers. And he told me, I was not pushing, but he told me, look, I'm very happy with your quality, because you need to remember, of course, that there is a very high level of competitiveness between Moldovan software engineer and I don't know, Austrian software engineer. But I've been in this business for quite a long time, as you have noticed rightfully, and and this is not every day that your customer is telling you during one of the kind of a negotiations that, and by the way, I'm super happy with the quality that you deliver. I'm very happy with the team. I'm very happy with their supervisors. I'm very happy with everything. At the end of the day. So I'm very proud of what Olga with the team created as Orange Systems, and I definitely want this momentum to be kept and to last forever.
This is only the start. I mean,
yes.
Moldova in the IT sector has only something around 7 years, and of course it is a constantly developing. Look at Romania; that did become a leader in the IT sector. So
no, I agree. This is somehow the beginning. The point is always that. You have to always balance between the size of your company and the challenge coming from the number of contracts that you will sign. I think the only limiting factor for us today is supply of qualified people in the market to be hired to work for the company. And I think that I know that this is a pretty common challenge for all the players in this sector, in this market.
Orange is the most powerful CSR player in Moldova. Will you continue to maintain this engagement towards the society?
Oh yes, I mean this is one of the policies of Orange Group as such. We have foundations in different countries, and the CSR activity is always very, I would say, vocal and very visible. And then this is one of the policies of Orange. What I like amongst many other things in Orange is that Orange is always a responsible citizen in whichever country we operate. We always pay taxes. We always have transparent procedures. We always have the governance that is to be understood by our vendors, our subcontractors, and we always want to contribute to the local community and local society we are with. There is Orange Foundation in Poland, there is Orange Foundation in Moldova, and I think that this is something that is very important, that through that kind of activity we are contributing also financially, because there is a real money behind that we put in this activity into projects that are according to people that are in charge, and they are always local people believe is important for the society. So we will definitely keep running, and I think it will be more and more important. If I may just use one example, which is very much on the agenda of Orange Group today, which is green. Becoming green. When you start talking about, when I started to talk about or to think about green, I don't know, 10 years ago, for me it was like, we need to save the planet. Yeah, sure, nobody likes trashes. We should have beaches clean and things like that. And then I started to segregate my trash, and then I started to think about, do I really need that much of energy to be spent when I'm buying online? I'm asked always to put one layer for tracking the carbon path of my delivery. So I'm always putting that because I think this is how I should be responsible. And I was thinking that, okay, I'm okay. But then I discovered that young generation they demand companies to behave like that more and more. And even if today we don't believe that this is something, which is a commercial stuff, it will become a commercial stuff, because people being 18 today, they'll come to us, to all of us one day saying like, well, what do you do with the trash that you sell to people? I mean, what do you do after? I mean, how much do you pollute the air in Chisinau because of all of your antennas? I mean, not because of antennas, but because of energy that you use to power them. And then it's always better to be first and to say, we're going to be proactive. We're going to do something about it, okay? We have a plan, and in Orange Group and in Orange Moldova as well, we have a very ambitious plan. When it comes to CO2 emission, we have a very ambitious plan when it comes to how much energy we use. I hope that market will be open to supply some green energy, because I would prefer to have a mix of energy being delivered to Orange Moldova from windmills, from solar farms, and not only from regular power energy plants. But again, for many times people were thinking like, this is a bit of a new fashion. This is not a fashion anymore. This is a must.
Definitely.
And if somebody is not understanding that, is making a huge and big mistake, because your tomorrow's customers will make their choices probably, and I don't know if this is going to be 50% green, 50% price, but they will take this factor in a large extent into consideration when it comes to taking a choice if they come with you or with your competitor. And this is a must. And apart from the fact that we must save the planet for our kids, but that will become a very much commercial, here and now subject that we will feel. So I'm very happy that we are very much advanced in Orange about the way we think about this subject.
Thank you for doing this initiatives, because definitely looking from my perspective of a big company, it does put an accent to all of us and all of the rest to take in consideration and look into the brighter future of
Thank you.